Get certified because back in 2009, I was robbed outside of my home at gunpoint with my kids in the car. And I said I'll never be a victim again.
We are at the Top Gun Sports Range over in Taylor, Michigan. We are at the annual LAID, Legally Armed in Detroit, community service free shooting event for women. It's the event that I do every year in which women are invited to come to the gun range and shoot for free. No range rentals, no gun rentals, no ammo costs. You're one-on-one with a firearms instructor to learn how to safely operate a firearm. 5 years ago, there was a news story I caught on television. It had to deal with a woman who was murdered and her body was left discarded in the street. At that moment, I felt that someone should do something. So I took it upon myself to invite any woman I could get to come to the event, and 50 ladies took me up on it that year. 5 years later, we hope to train 500 women a day.
Terry Johnson with Firearms Legal Protection. We provide protection for the average, everyday, ordinary citizen who either has to produce, display, or discharge his firearm. Great thing about us is we're not a reimbursement plan. What we do is cover you through your monthly fees. So you don't have to worry about going out, finding an attorney. We take care of that for you. You don't have to worry about coming up with the money to pay an attorney. We take care of that for you. You don't have to worry about bail bonds. We take care of that for you. And we cover you criminally and civilly in all 50 states. We've got plans for all of that. We've got some plans that just cover attorney's fees. The great thing about this is if you have a firearm, whether you have a concealed pistol license, a CPL or not, you need some kind of coverage, and this is the coverage that you need to have. Well, the main thing is people believe that if they're involved in a justified shooting, that the police are just going to come in and say, you did a great job, get some rest, don't worry about it, because again, if an intruder breaks in, most people feel that they're not going to be challenged by the police, interviewed by the police, or anything. Fact of the matter is you're going to be treated like a criminal. And when you're treated like a criminal, you need to have resources to fight the system. That's where we come in. Basically, for as low as $9.95 a month, you have an attorney on retainer anytime you have to use your firearm. Very simple. You can have your entire family covered as of today's date for $27.95. That includes you, your minor children that live at home, and your significant other. For the cost of almost a trip for the family to McDonald's once a month, you are completely covered. Bond up to $250,000. Your attorney's paid for, multi-state coverage, incident scene cleanup, and we replace a firearm up to $1,000 for you.
How can they contact you?
Easy. We can be contacted at firearmslegal.com/Detroit CCW. Again, firearmslegal.com/Detroit CCW.
That looks like that just fits your hands really, really well, too. Straight down. My wife has really small. We have, she can't use it. Is that motivation for coming to take a CPL class?
Just to know my rights and protect my family, pretty much.
For your protection. And, just because you just never know. So I'd rather be prepared than not prepared. I'd rather have the knowledge than not have the knowledge. So
I think everybody needs to, be able to protect themselves.
Because it was free.
I came to get certified because back in 2009, I was robbed outside of my home at gunpoint with my kids in the car. And I said I'll never be a victim again.
I have a personal gun at home that I am afraid to use, so I wanted to come and try out a different kind of gun and get basic information.
What are some of the things that you found out about that you didn't know about gun safety or gun rights?
That if you protect yourself, you can possibly go to jail for it, so that's good to know. A lot of people think if you protect yourself and if you were to get into an incident that you're free to go, but it's not necessarily the case.
Yeah, and then it's better to do it here than in the backyard. Because I wasn't as scared to do it here than I was just in the backyard.
Proper grip, first of all, in terms of any gun, and the difference between semi-automatic, which is most handguns, and a lot of the different styles. Every gun is different. Don't listen to your friends about what they do because it's going to be different than what you do. Everyone's experience is going to be different, and whether you're for guns or against them, it's good to know the basics about them.
That it's a proper way to shoot a gun, and if you have the knowledge, you don't have to be afraid of it. And what I really enjoyed was learning about the legal side of it, and I think that the program with Terry Joyce is an excellent program that everybody should take advantage of if they can.
The proper form, the proper technique for holding the gun, that was definitely something important.
I feel good. I feel like I have more knowledge now what to do, what not to do.
You feel a little bit more confident now that you...
Absolutely. It's not a joke. You really have to take this seriously and know what you're doing. So, yeah.
After shooting, I feel better than I felt before I got here. I remember everything. I didn't want to get my thumbs chewed up by the slide. That was my main thing. I wanted all my fingers, and then once one hit me in the face and it didn't hurt, I was like, oh shoot. I was good.
I definitely was nervous. It's extremely loud, even with the earplugs. However, it's something that must be done, must be learned. So you got to suck it up and get in there. To me, females are more of a target. We have to learn to protect ourselves, and getting a CPL is definitely one way to go.
All right, this is the best group of ladies that have been here since 3:30 today, I'm telling you. All right, listen, I'm not going to be before you long. Just a couple of things I want you to think about. How many of you believe that if an intruder came into your house tonight, 2 a.m., you shot him, and we don't call it a man, just to, all right, we outnumbered in here, I'll be quiet. But you shot this intruder at 2 a.m. in the morning. How many of you believe you call the police, they're going to show up and say, yay, you got the bad guy. You go back to sleep, we're going to move the body, we'll get it out of here. You come see us in a couple of days and talk. How many people believe that is what happens? No. What happens? They come and they treat you like a criminal, even though you've been justified and victimized, right? And guess what else they do? They might even take your gun, right? And what else? They're going to put you behind bars, and other than your cute smiles, what is it going to take to get out of jail? Money! Right. Let me tell you, I'm with Firearms Legal Protection. This is how we work. We are, number one, we are not an insurance company. What happens with insurance? What do you got to do? You got to pay money. You got to spend all this money, and they what? Give you your money back. Kind of sounds crazy, right? Wouldn't it be great if you had an accident right here on Pennsylvania and Telegraph, and you called your insurance company and they showed up with a new car for you to drive. They took care of the estimates, right? Car's full of gas, don't worry about it. We got it covered, right? No, you got to what? You got to get estimates and all these other things, right? We don't work that way. What we do is provide you attorneys. We have over 1,200 attorneys across the country. Criminal defense attorneys. I love it when people say, I had some lady say this to me earlier. She said, well, my son-in-law is an attorney. Well, what kind of attorney is he? He's a corporate attorney. I said, okay, so let me ask you a question. If you have a heart attack, you're on your way to emergency, right? Do you want a foot doctor operating on you? How many people want that? They're doctors, right? No, you want someone who's specialized in the area of firearms. That's what we do. We have over 1,200 attorneys across the state. We pay, not you, we pay your entire attorney's fees. They are uncapped. What does that mean? Just what it says.
If your case costs $50, we pay $50. If it's $50,000, we pay $50. If it's $1 million, we pay $1 million. Whatever it is, we take care of it. We also provide you with bail bond protection up to $250,000. That's $250,000. Also, we provide incident scene cleanup. You call us, we'll take care of it, we'll clean it up after the police release it. Okay? I saw some people's eyes, oh, I get it. After you release it, okay? The other thing we do is provide lost wage benefits. And let me ask this question. Again, we also provide expert witness fees and ballistics experts and all of that. But let me ask this question. What happens... I shouldn't ask that question. Bunch of ladies, I'm not going to ask that one. I'm sorry. Let's back up. So, now you've shot someone. All of this is going on. You've got bail. You've got everything else going on. They take your gun, right? Yes. We give you up to $1,000 back on that firearm, okay? So if you shoot them with your tricked out 1911, that's worth $2,500. You've only lost $1,500, okay? And again, you're covered in all 50 states. Just let me give you briefly our prices. We've got a table outside. This is how this works. You want uncapped attorney's fees in the state of Michigan, criminally and civilly, it's $9.95 a month. That's all you pay. If you want all the bells and whistles I just talked about just for you, it's $18.95 a month. If you have a significant other or whatever you call him or her, I'm not going to tell you what my wife calls me, so that is $27.95 a month. That not only includes your significant other, it also includes your minor children. So, if you're out on a Saturday night and you're getting your group, you're at church, and your daughter's at home and she has to use lethal force because someone broke in, we cover her the same way we would cover you, okay? Now, because of our relationship with Rick and what we're trying to do is promote this event, if you sign up today, we are going to lock your prices in. Not for the rest of the week, not for the rest of the month, not for the rest of the year, but as long as you are a member with us. So, you can be paying $9.95 for a long, long time and never have your prices go up. I just had a lady sign up, her kids are 4 years old. And she said, I'm going to do the family plan because 10 years from now, my daughter will be 14. I'll still be paying $27.95. Okay? That's how we work. We're here to protect you. You need something to protect you out there. If it's not us, get something. Thank you very much. Please stop and see us after you shoot. Thank you, Rick.
Let's give Terry a hand. Next sponsor from Cole Armory. He's a great sponsor of ours, Dr. Anthony Cole. Quick presentation.
Yes, very quick.
Give him a hand. They expect you to applaud yourself, huh? They said you didn't allow them time to.
Adequate amount of time to clap. He started speaking, so everybody was quiet. No, his hand went up.
So real quick, we're doing a raffle today. This is the only paid raffle here. We're also doing some more. It's $20. We're doing a 52 card raffle, so a deck of cards. You have a 1 in 52 chance of winning a Glock 42, which is a little Glock 380 handgun. There are only, I believe, 12 cards left. So we're going to be doing the raffle at the end of the day. You do not have to be here to win. We will contact you, and then we can set up the time.
You might as well stick around. You're in the last session.
You can might as well stick around if you want to. So if anybody's interested, come see me. Okay,
okay, give my hand.
Get a good one.
Give my hand.
Samantha looks like Hohenstedt. Yeah, Hoensdt. I will call her. Whoever Samantha is. Queen of diamonds.
Alrighty. Alright. Okay, somebody gotta help me with this. Okay, that's the one I messed up. First name starts with a T. The last name is Gordon. That's